Hello YouTube, it's the Utopian Buddha. So I know I was watching this University of Chicago famous political theorist professor, dude. That dude doesn't get it, dude. He was talking about how like terrible things were going on in Gaza and the Israeli people were doing. But what I'm saying is like, all right, wait, I'm gonna keep going. But what I'm saying is like, so he was like, okay, what was happening in Gaza, that's terrible. And I agree, it's terrible, dude. Very terrible things are happening in Gaza. But this professor also, when challenged to keep his views consistent, he said he didn't need moral consistency in his philosophical approach to reality, right? Philosophy is the search for the good life. It is search for what creates the good life, and goodness creates the good life, right? Moral goodness, creative goodness, all kinds of goodness. So what this professor said was that he didn't have to be consistent, and he just had to point out one event happening in our world today that is, one event happening in the world today, right? Without its connection to other historical events, right? Buddhist philosophy clearly states that everything is interdependent, right? And to have a morally consistent philosophical approach to reality requires an understanding of the interrelationships between actions in history, right? So history is like fuel or like evidence or data to inform one's moral understanding of reality, right? And the more you look at it, the more you realize that this idea of one side pointing the blame at another side is built upon this assumption that there are two sides, right? There aren't two sides in the most fundamental sense. Because I've realized a fundamental fact of existence, dude. All humans exist on both sides of duality, man. We exist on both sides of duality. There is light in everyone and there is dark in everyone. That's what I'm saying, dude. So to say that what's happening in Gaza because of what Israel's doing, and I know it's bad, but to say that, to condemn that outright and not be willing to condemn outright the actions of Hamas makes no sense, dude. Everyone's done bad things on every side, dude. Chinese people have done bad things. Chinese people, white people, black people, brown people, everyone's done bad things, historically speaking, right? So what I'm saying is this. I know you got like all the bad things that everyone's done, dude. Every civilization, Indian civilization, Chinese civilization, European civilization, they've all been through the empire phase, right? And now they're developing into some other system of relationships between national, cultural, political, economic centers of power that in turn depend upon each other in very necessity-driven ways, right? So the international system is much more connected than these political realists assume, dude. And connect that with the transformation of human consciousness, dude. Connect that with the transformation of human consciousness, and you realize that humans are capable of changing much more quickly than you assume, right? The speed at which culture, there's biological evolution, which is slow, and then there's cultural evolution, which is fast. Things have been changing very quickly, for good and bad. I'm not talking about cultural evolution. It's just like cultural change, I guess you could call it, because like cultures, like what humanity is like, we've been going through these like moments in history, right? And now what's happening is because of the European ideology of freedom, what's happened is this incredible diversity of philosophical, political views that leads to no consensus, right? But the consensus comes as a result of a radical transformation of your consciousness. So that's what I'm saying. All right, we're at 4 minutes. All right, we're done. Peace.